Well, hi, this is Alan from the ARC Oregon, and I'm going to explain how to enable an international keyboard layout on your Windows 10 computer. Now, let's say you've got the ISP document in Spanish, but you're not sure how to create the diacritical characters or accent marks that you need when you're typing in Spanish. So the option I'm going to show you today could be especially handy for an occasional bilingual form user. Maybe you don't have a complete Spanish language pack installed on your computer, but you're interested in being able to make edits or to be able to type in Spanish on one of these documents. So I'm going to demonstrate how to enable the English International Keyboard layout for Windows 10. You could find instructions for some other operating systems, but this demo today just covers Windows 10. So to get started, just takes a couple of steps. You can follow along with me. So go to the Windows Start menu, and we'll choose Settings. Now, from the Settings menu, we'll choose Time and Language. And then when Time and Language opens, you'll find a new Language sidebar option. Choose Language from the sidebar, and that opens the Language tab. Now, we're not actually going to make any changes here, but I'll give you a hint. If you actually wanted to install the Spanish language, you could do that by clicking here to add a preferred language. That would take you down a different path than what I'm covering here. But so again, if you just want to be able to more easily type some of these accent marks, then you're going to want to follow this step. You can click on English, and then notice that Options opens up underneath it. Click on Options, and that's going to open the language options for English. Now here, by default, if you're using your computer here in the United States and you're an English speaker, chances are the default keyboard installed for you is the US layout. Now, what you'll want to do is click Add a Keyboard. Scroll through these options, and you'll find, well, you might find some that could be fun to play with, but otherwise, I want to say choose United States International. All right, so what I've done now is I've now got two keyboard layouts installed on my computer. Just like that, it's done. As soon as I added this United States International as a new layout option for my keyboard, something changed on my computer. If you follow my cursor down to the bottom right-hand corner of the window, I now have a little language bar that has appeared here in the Start menu, and it's telling me right now that I'm on the English US layout. Well, if I was to click on that with my mouse, you'll see I now have a toggle. I can now easily toggle between English US and English International. And what I'll do for the rest of this video is show you how you can use that international keyboard layout to more quickly type some accent marks. For example, in the ISP document. Now, you can toggle anytime between the US layout and international layout by clicking on this language bar, or I'm going to give you even the first keyboard shortcut of this demonstration video, and that is Windows key spacebar. Windows key spacebar will toggle you between the two. So right now, without clicking, I'm actually going to type on my keyboard. I'm going to hold down the Windows key and press the spacebar, and see it give me a little visual confirmation that I'm going to toggle over to US. And now once again, if I hold down Windows key and press the spacebar, it'll toggle me back over to the international layout. All right, so there's your first keyboard command that will be helpful now that you've installed that keyboard layout. So here I am taking a look at this Spanish ISP, and now one of my favorite roles in life is being Uncle Alan to my nephews Wiley and Ivan, and Owen and Maya, my niece and nephew. So as Uncle Alan, you might want to refer to me as Tio Alan. So Tio is the Spanish word for uncle, and if you wanted to type Tio, now with international keyboard layout enabled, you start by typing the T, and then for the accent, press your apostrophe key. Notice nothing happened, nothing appeared until I press the letter I. Now you get the the acute accent over the letter I. And you can finish the word up there with the O. Now, this is an important thing to note. When you've enabled the international keyboard layout, and when that's active, I can tell it's active because the little language bar down here says English International. When that's active, the apostrophe or quote key will behave differently, as I'm demonstrating to you right now. So if you wanted to just create an apostrophe, if you were typing in English and you wanted to say, Uncle's car is blue, then to get that apostrophe, if you just want an apostrophe, you can literally just type apostrophe S and it'll know what you're doing. But if you just want an apostrophe that stands on its own, press the apostrophe and then press the space bar. As soon as you hit the space bar, the computer realizes you're not trying to create a diacritical character and you just want that character. The same thing is going to happen with the next key that I'll show you. I'll show you to type the word Espanol. You need to be able to create the ñ character with the tilde over the N. So for that, we'll hold down Shift. So I'll type ESP. And now hold down Shift, create the tilde. On my keyboard, that's Shift, and it's just near the number 1 on my keyboard. And then I'll press the N. So again, I just type the tilde and then the N, and it goes together. And I can create it that way. Well, if I cannot claim to be bilingual, but if you want to type the Spanish word bilingue, then you'll need the 2 dots above the U. And to accomplish that, you'll use the quote, or holding down Shift and pressing the apostrophe. So B-I-L-I-N-G. Now I held down Shift and I press the quote, and now you will add those 2 dots. Great. And now just a little a different keystroke to learn to get the upside down exclamation point and question mark character in Spanish. So if you wanted to type excelente, then we would hold down the right Alt key. That's the one on the right-hand side of your keyboard. There's actually, once you've enabled the international keyboard layout, there's now a difference between your left and right Alt key. So hold down the right Alt key and press the exclamation point to create that. And similarly with the question mark, start with holding down the right Alt key and press the question mark character. And then you can continue. So I guess to that, all I can say is any questions? If you have any questions about the ISP form and you need some support with the ISP form here in Oregon, visit OregonISP.org. Check in with any of our team members by clicking the Ask a Question button. And thanks for stopping by and watching this quick video. Bye.